my art. Honestly, don't know how long I'll stay up here. I'm usually the one to shy away from these things, talking to big groups, sitting there, hearing my words. But here I go. During my time in USA, I created many pieces, but there's this one concept and piece since grade 10 that I've been having trouble grasping and understanding. To me, there's a border in every human being that separates the brain and the heart. There are periods where this border will open and stay open while other borders are rested shut, as if there was a certain number of borders that can open at a time. Between these borders, there are layers of our own making. These layers surround and protect our organs and parts of ourselves. These could contain events, feelings, theories about our core self. It's taken me a long time to figure out this system of understanding myself, but I'm still working on understanding and how to articulate and unlock these layers, hoping to open a passageway between my heart and brain. But there's just one feeling, one very thick feeling, a layer that's blocking my mind. It's given me no pleasure to acknowledge it's my own selflessness, or maybe it's my selfishness. I often confuse the both by words or by means, but ultimately I want to please others to remain in control of connection or the relationships I have. Holding on to this feeling, I let people holding on to this feeling to please others to prove my importance or to not let people think less of me. For example, when tears start to form for no apparent reason, I ask myself, why are you crying? There's no reason. It serves no purpose for anyone else, and certainly not myself. I'll think of any reason to attempt to bury any uncomfortable thoughts, and later worry how to fix my red, puffy eyes or my snot-filled nose. Gross, right? Why do I feel selfish for crying when I know I'm acting selfless? So I felt like this was an ideal piece or meaning for a new piece. Hey, why not dive into the whole idea of layers? Maybe a blanket. No words needed. Creating something large scale, almost that you can't look away, almost like all of you. Where I use textiles, with aspects where I shy away from, putting a lot of thought, hard work, sweat, blood, and tears, because we all know how sewing needles make hurt. But after all that, the hope of my piece being on the ESA's Contemporary Art Gala is really big, maybe as a story or maybe as a post, showcasing how far I'm going in my art. That was a lie. The timeline. I didn't come with any ideas before I started sewing. I started sewing to continue to please my teachers, following the praise with my own warped ideas of selflessness. I wanted to do what they wanted me to do, or maybe I want them to like me, which is my selfishness. I guess we all do this, but I never realized how reliant I was on the system. Absorbing people's wants and producing the perfect product to help them or to please them. In doing so, I forgot my own needs as a person. This model system I learned from my earliest interactions with my parents. I grew to follow the praise of my mother, to be the happy, smiley, kind daughter, and that of my father, to be the strong and innocent child, always modifying myself to fit the perfect mold for my parents. I did this, and I'm doing this now. Selflessly, to give them the daughter they want, and selfishly, to get the praise I want. Following this, to keep control, losing that control may lose my face, the face of perfection. So, which leads me to the inability to get to the bottom of this question. The persistent push I feel for to be something for everyone else. This thick layer I'm feeling that's blocking everything I feel. This layer is anger. I'm angry. This anger holds its place in the idealization of my own perfection. It comes out spite as anger builds itself towards myself. As anger builds towards myself for feeling the need to follow the system, but also towards my parents because not noticing for who I am. So rather than starting an art statement that has all the answers already, I tried to give this emotion a space to express itself. What started out as a piece to please my teachers became a piece gave a chance for my anger to sort itself out. I'm still hesitant to let this anger out and to get rid of this layer, but I'm making progress. Well, I think I am. On top of this quoted piece, there's a poem that attempts to describe how I feel about myself and the layers I hold within myself. But as you see, it's told in a third-person perspective, not fully embracing this notion. I've come to realize that hiding behind these layers only leads to isolation and frustration. It doesn't allow for any real communication between the heart and mind. And it doesn't allow me to be me, whoever that is. Maybe if I continue to let this anger speak for itself, I'll stop wondering if it's selfish to say what I feel. In doing this art talk, I'm acknowledging these emotions as a fundamental part of who I am. It is scary to be selfish. It is scary to be vulnerable. It is scary to be angry. Thank you for letting me say that and saying what my anger has to say with you today.